angels. Welcome to the Earth Angel Tarot. I'm the Earth Angel, and today I'm bringing you another pick a card reading. And today's pick a card reading is going to be all about messages from your guardian angels. So what messages, what communication do your guardian angels want to send you? What reassurances do they want to give you at this time regarding your situation and what you might be going through? So I have 3 piles for you. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So go ahead and take a second, see what pile resonates for you. You can pick more than one pile, of course, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Hi angels. So really quick, I do just have a quick little message. So today's reading is pretty heavy and it's for pretty high level souls. This is not going to be for everybody. And because it's a little bit heavy, it might be triggering. But if piles 1 and 2 resonate with you, please watch pile 3, because I feel like all 3 piles are related. And if you're really feeling like in a stuck, stagnant place or in a really dark place emotionally, please watch pile 3. All right, see you at the reading. Hi, pile 1. So if you chose the first pile, then this is your reading. And right away, I do just want to preface today's reading by saying that some of the messages are going to be a little bit deep. And it's going to have to do a lot with like healing from like some difficult times. So if you're not really resonating with that, then this probably isn't the reading for you. But if you are somebody who is kind of coming out of some darker, heavier times, then I think that there's really going to be some really good healing messages here for you. So right away, I do just want to start by saying that whatever was going on here in the past with you, I see some heavy burdens here, but I do just want you to know that healing is coming in this entire situation, whatever you're going through. I'm just saying that if there are any difficulties in any area of your life, they are going to be healed, they are going to be resolved, and you're going to be in a much more comfortable, stable place very soon. But what I'm seeing here first is your guardian angels. As I said before, and I think I really felt called to preface this because we really need to talk about when it comes to guardian angels, it's a tough job, especially because, you know, so many divine people and so many earth angels are under attack so much on this earth, and we can talk about why that is at a later time. I think first and foremost, your guardian angels want to say thank you. Thank you for not becoming a dark person despite everything that you've been through. And they really want you to know that you will come out on the other side of this victorious, healed. Whatever difficulties or situations you're going through right now, it will be resolved. Please don't lose faith in that. I think some of you might be being a little bit hard on yourselves right now, blaming yourselves. I'm getting a little bit of self-sacrificial energy. And I really just need you to know, do not give up. This journey is not to test how much you can endure. It's for you to pay forward for the amazing blessings that are going to be coming for you. Blessings that most people in this lifetime will never see. I also want you to know too that as much pain as you might be enduring or experiencing at this time or in the past, that your angels were right there with you. Just don't be hard on yourself. There might be times, especially now, where there might just be this feeling of like, okay, fine, like this is what I have to go through. You know, I'm here to suffer, and that's not the case. Also, please don't think that you're the only one suffering, or that the people who've hurt you aren't suffering at this time, because they are. I think a lot of you are really good at not putting your burdens on others, on putting up a brave face. But please keep a clear view of your life and what's happened. Whatever you do, don't blame yourself here. There might be some of you who, just because of what you've been through, you might think that you deserve this or that it's your fault, and you don't. And even throughout all of this, you know, you've continued to open your heart and soften yourself, and you've been practicing forgiveness and practicing love, and for some of you, you feel like it's not getting you anywhere. I'm really feeling the energy of your angels right now because they don't want to look at you and tell you, keep going, because they know what's coming for you, but because it's not here yet, it feels I'm sorry. We're going through some really, really big shifts on this planet right now. And I don't know, you can look around you and look at what's going on in the world. And I talked before in some past readings about how there's so much heavy karma in the world, so many past lives being expunged, so many Akashic records, people in this lifetime wanting to wipe clean the slate from the past lives, wanting to be better. But there's a lot of really dark energies that are on their last leg at this time. And we talk so much about, higher level, metaphysical things and the karmic wheel turning, and there will be justice, there will be recompense. But you can see around you how brutal a lot of this is for everyone on both sides, on the good side and the dark side. And it's tough because the good ones just keep trying to be better and keep trying to be good, and the bad ones just keep doubling down. And it can feel so unfair. You are paying forward for future lifetimes where you won't have to worry about anything. Where whatever pain you may feel will be so minuscule. The earth is changing, this planet is changing, human history is changing. And this probably doesn't feel that soothing to the pain right now. But you have to have faith. I'll tell you this right now, Pile 1. If you did decide at any point after everything that you've been through, if you decided, you know what, I'm just gonna let the darkness consume me. It's not what you should do, but I'll tell you right now. There's an understanding around that decision, but I promise you it's not the right decision. You should rest at this time. You should heal at this time. Focus on what you do have. Focus on the love that is around you. I'm really, really channeling in this reading because I have to be honest, when I was pre-shuffling these cards, there's a sense of loss here. I think with everything going on in the world, there's a lot of guardian angels who don't know what to say. Other than, we know the future, and you will be happy, and you will heal from this, and we're sorry. Let's go ahead and get some clarifiers here. As I said, this is going to be a very heavy reading, so if you are not resonating with this, do not listen to this reading. But it's going to resonate for those who it resonates for here. Judgment on the top. There will be victory, there will be success, there will be healing here. You will be loved, you will be cherished. I talked about this before, but as the karmic cycle is turning in this, this is thousands of years of old karma being cleansed out because things are changing for good. And a lot of the people who've hurt you, you will never have to see them again. But the devil is putting up a big fight. And you've seen that. But the only way to beat him is to stay strong and stay in this loving energy. No one will blame you if you give up. Plenty of others have given up before. But you won't be able to receive your full inheritance if you do. Ace of Pentacles, I just split the deck. Please don't think you're alone in this. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to articulate this because I've seen the new world that's coming. And even in my own experience, in my own life, I'm having to atone for past karma from past lives. I don't talk too much about my past lives. I don't really feel the need to. But I can tell you that you can Google some of my past lives, and I was not always the best person. But I have chosen in this lifetime to be a better person. I've had to sacrifice my whole soul tribe and ask for a new one. I've had to sacrifice a soulmate that I've had for lifetimes upon lifetimes upon lifetimes who was also not a good person. That person has made their decision moving forward and I've made mine. And it's hard. It's hard when you have to pay for the sins of a past life, of a different circumstance. When you have to endure not knowing what's on the other side or what exactly you're going to be compensated with. Love and your dreams coming true. Love and your dreams coming true. Some of you have been through extreme hardships here. For some of you, this isn't the first lifetime where something like this has happened to you. A lot of you are still feeling the remnants of betrayals and heartbreaks and pain, brutality from past lives. For some of you, you've been waiting for justice lifetime upon lifetime upon lifetime. And keep in mind, if someone's hurt you in a past life, rest assured that they were reincarnated in some really tough times to teach them lessons. But that's the question. If these people are continuing to choose to put swords in other people's backs, then they should be accepting of what comes to them, bad karma. But what about the earth angels? What about those who choose to do good? Why does it feel like both groups suffer here? Nine of Cups, the Sun, and the Knight of Pentacles. Can we get another clarifier, please? Thank you. Because of balance. Because what we're coming into is going to be so good. Just think about what Earth looks like right now. The pain, the suffering, the hardship. Now invert that. We always talk about all the evil in the world. What does Earth look like when it's the opposite? What does that look like for you? What is your dream world? If you are a high-vibing, elevated person of the light, what is your dream world? Does that seem possible right now? No. So what do you have to give up to get that? Lifetimes where you don't have to struggle, where you find your soulmate right away and you're in love the entire time, where there is no suffering, where there is no poverty, where there is no pain. Ever since man's original sin, ever since God sent his son here, and we did that to him. We set the tone, we wrote the contract. And And I'm not here to say that any of you are going to be a sacrificial lamb or anything like that. But if you can hold on, just a little bit longer, you will get to see heaven on earth. And you know where the ones who've hurt you are going. We all have to pay the same price, but how we handle it determines what our reward will be. Let's get some more here, please. Thank you. I have to tell you, I'm so proud of all of you for sticking with this. For some of you, you inherited a battle, a journey from lifetimes ago, trying to manifest dreams that you've had lifetime over lifetime over lifetime. I have to be honest with you, your guardian angels, they really, really, really want to emphasize the success and the growth that you're going to have. They're worried for you. They know the kind of pain that you're in right now. They know how stressed and anxious you are. They are too. Because it's like they know what's coming, but it's like, how can they reassure you until it's here? It's coming. It's coming. Whatever you feel like you're lacking, whatever you feel like you don't have, whatever you feel like would ease your burden, ease your pain, ease your suffering, it is coming. But they feel guilty telling you this before it gets here. I hope that makes sense. There are so many things that can't be explained here. For some of you, this is multiple lifetimes. The karma, the dreams, the hopes, the aspirations, all woven together. It's complicated. It's complex. And then on top of that, you take all those tapestries and then you times that by a couple billion. You put it all together. Right now, the divine is sorting the wheat from the chaff. There are things we have to endure to prepare us for the future. Tests that we have to pass. The amount of energy it's going to take to generate this new world. We've never done it before. And karmic individuals, dark individuals, I hate to break it to them, but their energy is worth nothing. At this point, if you work with the devil, your soul is worth nothing. So they can be punished all day long, but it's not going to be enough. It'll be enough to lock them in hell forever, but it's not going to be enough to bring heaven here. This is going to be a world where you're not going to have to worry about yourself. You're not going to have to worry about your children. You're not going to have to worry about your country, your community. You're not going to have to worry about the climate. You're not going to have to worry about politics. Everything will be beautiful and divine. And I know it seems like pie in the sky, but it's not. We talk about what Jesus went through. All the good works that he did, all the kindness he showed, and then what he got for it. But if you look at his life, he was able to save every soul in perpetuity if they accepted his sacrifice. So if we can all have 1/10, 1/100th of his strength, and I have to admit, we all suffer, we all struggle. But if you look at what he went through, can you bear 100th of that? 1% of that? If we all come together and we all manage to do that, we can make it happen. And I want you to know too, your guardian angels, they've suffered too. They have to battle, they have to fight. Whatever you've been through, they've been there. But every day, we make good decisions, we make bad decisions. And so there's constantly the universe having to balance everything out. None of us, if all of us were completely perfect, the world would already look like this, but we're not. But if we want to make it in there, if we want heaven on earth, we have to hold on. And just remember, really put into perspective, what have others endured? And think about all of the energy being generated by that sacrifice. Look at your own community. Look at your own country. I'll tell you, I don't talk too much about my own personal life, but I'm an American. I know the suffering that goes on around the world for my stability, my comfort in this country. All that suffering for a very imperfect country where we still have so many people suffering within our boundaries. I hope this is making sense. I'm speaking to somebody, if you're still listening, I'm speaking to someone very high level with many past lives who's been through a lot. And I'm deeply grateful and humbled that you're still here and that you're still going. We need you. We need you. And one of the most beautiful blessings is that in the next lifetimes, once this starts, once we're on the other side, they're going to wipe it all clean. They will. I don't care if you have karmic soulmates who've chased after you for 1,000 lifetimes. If they choose darkness and you choose light and you want to be free, you will be free. Your heart will be unburdened. You will be happy. You will be loved. You will be surrounded with care and warmth and kindness. In the future, you will walk down the street and everyone will have warmth towards each other. Everyone will be brothers and sisters. You'll be able to go to sleep knowing that no child is going hungry. You will be able to sleep knowing that no wars are being waged in your name. So I think all your guardian angels are asking you at this time is don't apologize to anyone. Keep going because you will have victory in this lifetime and victory beyond your wildest imaginings afterward. And that if you can exercise your imagination, if you can allow yourself to dream about the future, about your hopes, about the beauty and joy and happiness and love awaiting you, you will make it to see the other side. And I promise you, whoever's hurt you, they will feel what they've inflicted on you in perpetuity forever. And the biggest blessing is you won't even remember they existed. So that's what I have for you, Pile 1. Very, very heavy reading today. But I do really hope that this was helpful and that it resonated for someone. Thank you so much. I do hope it resonated. If it didn't, you can check out one of the other piles or one of the lighter readings I have here on this channel. But I love you all so much, and I am so proud of you. Please keep going. You will make it through to the other side, and it will be beautiful, more beautiful than anything you can ever imagine. That's what I have for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much. I love you, and God bless. Hi, pile 2. So if you chose a second pile, then this is your reading about what messages your guardian angels want to send you. And I do just want to preface this once again. Today's reading is quite heavy. This is for very high level souls. So if you're just kind of going through sort of like a normal situation, not like a huge amount of pain or like heart like suffering or anything like that, this is really not your reading. But this is for people who've gone through some significant suffering in this lifetime and past lifetimes. And if that's resonating for you, that's your experience, then you may want to keep watching. Alright, babies. So what we have here, the 7 of Cups, the Hermit, 10 of Cups, King of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Cups here. So right off the bat, I think your guardian angels want to acknowledge that some of you might be really trapped in your head at this time with some illusions you're creating for yourself about being alone. Some of you might be like convinced, I'm going to be alone forever. I'm never going to have a family. No, you will. 10 of Cups. So I think they really just want to let you know that if you're creating any sort of like illusions in your head, it's not true. Also, don't worry if this is sort of like a point of anxiety for you. It's not like it's manifesting or anything like that. Your guardian angels are so protective of you. They're not going to let any worries manifest for you like that. So we have the King of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Cups here. So expect for there to be some real balance here in some situations. I think some of you have very, very strong boundaries at this time. I think some of you are feeling very cynical about people, connections, just really feeling tired of feeling like people always want to take from you and never want to give. Some of you might be shifting into an energy or into a reality where that's changing, where you're starting to attract some friends, family, potential lovers who are being more reciprocal here, but you have a lot of fear here, maybe from the past, maybe from some trauma. I think they want to acknowledge your guardian angels, want to acknowledge that they understand where these feelings are coming from, but it's not the truth. That this is temporary, this is a lesson. And we brought this up in the first reading too, but I've been feeling the energy of your guardian angels, and I think they really don't want anyone to feel like, when we go through these lessons, when we go through these tests, there's not a detached energy from them. They're not just sitting there like, well, pile 2, this is just your lesson, deal with it. No. You have to remember that your angels are getting beat and battered and bruised just like you are. Fighting off these demons, fighting off these dark energies all around. And so there might be times where you feel alone, where you feel battered, but please know that they are right there with you. They're not just standing over you. They're holding you. They're protecting you. They take a lot of hits for you too. And that's the responsibility of being an angel here. And what's the reward? To be able to choose your own destiny. To be able to live in heaven when all this is said and done. To not go to hell. And to feel good in your soul. To feel that comfort and that love and that light. To not be bogged down. I can tell you, people in dark energies, truly dark individuals, are miserable. If you could see their souls, I'll tell you, this is a little bit dark, but there are some individuals who are so dark and so evil and cruel. Their higher selves are tearing themselves apart over what they're having to witness and participate in. And that manifests as extreme pain. So I don't want you to think that if there's people who've hurt you, people who've made you suffer, that they're just hunky-dory living their best lives. Absolutely not. But I also don't want you to think that you wanting balance in this situation, you wanting justice in this situation, makes you a bad person, because it doesn't at all. I really want to get a clarifier for this 4 of Cups here. Thank you. Yeah. Yep. 4 of Cups. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, please. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Thank you. some of you might just really feel like you have bad luck in love, or that you'll never find love, or that you'll never be lucky in love, and that's not true. But once again, and we were picking this up in the first pile, it's like I feel a real sense of I think a lot of people's guardian angels are not wanting to just say the same thing over and over again, because once again, they can see the future, we can't. And so they know, you're going to be happy, you're going to find love, you're going to, be successful. But it's like you're not seeing it yet. Some of you might have experienced some betrayal, some heartbreak here. And it almost feels like rubbing salt into the wound. So I think that's why today's messages, when I decided to do a pick a card on what messages your guardian angels wanted to send you, you typically expect, well, they'll just, reassure you they're very proud of you, you're doing great, and you are. But they know that you're tired of hearing that. So yes, I'll just tell you, yes, the people that have hurt you are suffering tremendously. So many people wish that they were back in your energy, good graces. Many people see you as their wish fulfillment, as their love. But I think you just want to know, will there be balance in my life? And there will be. It's coming. Some of you, just like pile 1, had some past life karma, lifetimes you don't even know about. And it's very frustrating to have to pay back karma from a past life, but you're doing it. You're doing the work. I think their recommendation for you is to go inward and to learn more about yourself. Learn more about your past. Learn more about what energies are behind you and what energies need to be balanced for your soul. Because I think that's the missing piece. There's this strong frustration here. And it's understandable. I think there's even an anger here, and it's understandable. But what they don't want you to do is get so caught up in the anger and the frustration that you lose your way and you don't make it to your inheritance. And I can tell you too, and I talked to Pile 1 about this, but in this lifetime, I think I'm a pretty good person. But I found out about some of my past lives. Some of my past lives, I was a pretty good person. Some I was not. You can look up some of my past lives. And it's tough because we don't get to see the game plan of how God and your angels figure out ways to clear your bad karma so that they can let you be happy completely. So that they can free everything up, so that they can detach you from all of these negative, toxic, karmic entities that have been latched onto you for lifetimes. And so the biggest piece of advice here is to really look into your past lives. For some of us, we get very afraid, especially because, the world was a scary place. It's a scary place now, but it was even scarier before. And that's true. But you will find that it will give you so much peace of mind. I think for some of you, you want to know why. Like, why am I going through this? A lot of it is to pay forward, because the world is changing in a really, really big way, and that does require perseverance from good, high-vibing people. But there's also some really, really old karma here from lifetimes that is really influencing your lifetime this time around. And I think if you looked more into that, it would give you some clarity and some reassurance. Because I feel like it can hurt a lot more when you feel like you're being hurt for no reason. And it's even worse when you hear, oh, it's to teach you a lesson. But it's to pay off a debt. And so if you can think of it that way, you're paying off a debt. But if you can do it with kindness and forgiveness in your heart, if you can do that, you'll pay it off so quickly. I think your guardian angels want to apologize for you, to you. They're grateful that you are still here, that you are still open and willing, and that you do want to understand. And they want to help you in that journey. They want to hold your hand and help you see what ways that you can clear this as quickly and as painlessly as possible. But don't think that you're going to be alone. Whatever is gone here, what I'm seeing here is some cycles from the past of disappointments, like very similar, just over and over and over again. And I feel this tremendous anger and frustration about why? Why will anything ever change? If you look around you, maybe you've seen that there are some changes happening, but it's not maybe happening as quickly, or you wanted it to just be like a 180. Do we have any advice from Spirit here? Yeah, it's right here. And I know that can be frustrating to hear, but I think it's because no one's ever telling you really what the blockages are. Or they're trying to, or maybe if people do bring up the blockages, it can become very, blamey. Where you're like, well, if I just become more high vibe, or no. I think it's more so just about understanding how much energy you're having to clear at this time and how long that will actually take. And for some of you, I'm seeing that you are seeing some changes already. So it's like you're on the other side of this. If you're seeing improvements in your life, then you're already over that halfway point. But I think you might just be wondering, why is this happening? And that was the same way for me until I found out what I'd done in past lives. Also to the resources that I had in past lives and how unfair that might have been. Things like that. I may do a follow-up reading on this in a week or two just with some more details because this is quite complex, but let's get some. Yeah. It's you're on the right track. I have to say, for some of you, maybe you had some interesting spirituality in past lives. There are so many ways that we can build up bad karma for ourselves. And we don't even know in this lifetime, it's I haven't done anything to anyone. I've already been through so much in this lifetime. Why is this still happening to me? And it can be frustrating to have to pay for past lives. But I'm seeing for a lot of you, for some of you, you might have had really, really comfortable, nice lives in the past. And you didn't always make the best decisions. You may have hurt people. I know I did. And it's hard to pay that back. But you also have to think about it too. I had past lives where I was very wealthy. But life was still pretty terrible even if you were wealthy back then. So if you can process that, look at it from a higher perspective, in these next lifetimes, you'll be paying it forward. If you can find that higher level consciousness where you can look over the entirety of your soul's existence and everything that's happened, you can remove yourself from it and start over, is what I'm trying to say. But right now, I think we're still in that space where we're kind of still swimming in the karma and we don't really know where we're going or how long it's going to take or what the best course of action is. So let's get some advice, please. Can I have some advice for pile 2, please? Yeah, it's coming. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the advice here, Nine of Pentacles, 5 of Swords in the world. For some of you, there might be some bad karma from past lives around money. Maybe some of you are very wealthy. and there were people who suffered in order for you to acquire that wealth, things like that. I think that might be leading you down the right path or the right direction in terms of finding out more about your past. But justice will be served here. If you're trying to be a better person and you're listening to this reading and saying, okay, I accept it. It is painful. It is hard what I'm going through, but I do have some things to be thankful for. I know I'm paying it forward to have a beautiful lifetime, not just this time, but next time and again and again and again. You're on the right track. What you need to do here is you need to tap into your past. Go inward. Really have a higher perspective on everything that's happened and ask God, what is the curriculum? What is the game plan? What is the work plan to clear this karma as quickly as I can? But also make sure that you're coming from it from a place of true atonement, love, for maybe anyone who's been hurt in the past. And if you can find a place of radical acceptance, of saying, okay, you know what? If this is my burden to bear, whatever I'm going through, I've borne it this long. God has delivered me and taken care of me and kept me alive this long. If you can look at the divine with open arms and say, tell me what I need to do to make this right. Just tell me what I need to do to clear the energy and make it right. Order my steps. Because that can even feel overwhelming, like, well, what do I need to do? Tell them to order your steps. They will lead the way. And as long as you're open and you can take the knocks with a smile, just like you can take your wins with a smile, you will clear this in this lifetime. I mean, there are some horrible things from past lives that have happened. And even I thought, like, how can I atone for this? But you can. But the first step is acceptance and not being defeatist about your future. And just like they'll order your steps to help you clear this karma, they'll also order your steps towards your happiness, towards your family, towards the love and the stability and the success that you're looking for. Once again, Ace of Pentacles, they are not going to let this reading or these readings be unclear at all. Spirit and your angels are speaking loud and clear. And I'm not going to lie, I'm quite nervous doing this reading because it's so deep, it's so intense. But they're really helping guide this reading here. If you can let the divine order your steps, don't be afraid about learning about your past and maybe some of the mistakes that you're having to pay for in this lifetime. You will see that huge change here. You know, and I'm very fortunate, you know, I don't go through horrible things in the 3D, but you know, I know what it's like to get spiritually attacked, you know, quite intensely. You know, I've pretty strong, clear spiritual gifts, and it's intense. But if you can just be grateful for what you have and just ask the divine to order your steps with a true heart of recompense and kindness and love and atonement, it will be done. And you will have this happiness. You will come out of these dark waters. You will come out of this fog. And your wheel of fortune will be upright. Very stormy weather here today as well too. Your guys' angels really want to speak to you, because I think that a lot of you are really going through some deep, dark emotions right now. And the solution for that is not to just keep reassuring you of this 10 of Cups that's coming, but to crack open your soul. Crack open your soul and find out who you were, who you are, so that you can fully have control over who you want to become here. Beautiful. And just know that abundance is coming and security is definitely coming for you as well. So that's what I have here for you, pile 3. Yep. Let the divine work with you. Ask them to order your steps. If you're afraid of like what exactly the details are or what you're going to find out, just ask them clearly, you know, order my steps, soothe my heart, ease my anxiety through this transition, and help me be on the right path towards clearing my karma and getting to be the full master of my own destiny here. Beautiful. So once again, I'm sorry for anything you may be going through, pile 2. but I really, really hope that this advice helps and that it resonates for you. Thank you so much for stopping by once again. I'm so proud of you. I do hope this resonated. If it didn't, that's okay. You can check out one of my other lighter readings, or you can book a personal with me if you want more details. All right, thank you so much, Pile 2. Love you so much, and God bless you. Hi, Pile 3. So if you chose the third pile, then this is your reading. And I said this for the first two piles, and I do just want to preface by saying that today's energy in this particular reading is pretty heavy. So if you don't feel like you've really gone through like some really, really difficult times, this is really not your reading. This is for some pretty high level souls who've gone through some really tough times. But if that is resonating for you, then I hope that some of these messages bring some help, some comfort, and some clarity for you. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Emperor, the King of Wands in reverse, the Hanged Man in reverse, the Hermit, and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So some of you are working very, very hard at this time. And I think your guardian angels, number one, want to emphasize how proud they are of you and how whatever you're working on is going to be extremely successful. A lot of you are going to have some serious power and authority and sway in the future here. For some of you, I think there's some real concerns about maybe some imbalances in life here. I think some of you are kind of trying to figure out how exactly to balance your yin and your yang energy at this time. Feeling like you want to take control, but not being entirely sure of what the outcome will be. We're going to have to get some clarifiers here. But I see some of you really just kind of reflecting. It's beautiful because we have the Emperor and the Hermit here. So it's like you're very much in your power, but you're really, really trying to also still remain grounded and humble at this time, which is beautiful. And you don't need to be too humble here with this Eight of Pentacles and the Emperor here. You're working very hard. But let's see why these are in reverse here. The Magician. Three of Swords. The Knight. Okay, yeah. There may be some energies around you or some energies from the past who may have brought some real imbalance to your life. This could be them sending this energy, or this could just be actions from the past that are really kind of creating an imbalance here. But this will be righted. It's like your perseverance and you working through this is going to set all of this right. But it's not yet, and I feel that energy right here. You might be feeling a little bit stagnant and stuck. But then again, with the Hanged Man in reverse, it's like you're coming out of that. So I think they want to reassure you that as well, that a period of kind of slowness is going to be picking back up again. King of Wands in reverse, please. Yeah, some of you are really trying to temper your reactions, really trying to stay in control at this time, even if there are some situations that are unbalanced here. Yeah, the Death. Some of you are really trying to turn a new leaf here. And with this beautiful, strong energy, you know, I see some earth angels here who fully understand their role as an earth angel. Someone who's here to work, someone who's here to make things better, but someone who understands that, you know, you're a warrior too. But I think you're starting to, you know, just like warriors on the battlefield, it's starting to take a toll on you. The Hanged Man in reverse here. Today's messages are more so about acknowledgement. Yeah, that Six of Wands there will be victory here. Absolutely. Yeah, and I have to be honest with you too. I think part of today's reading was also maybe to illuminate people a little bit about the energy of your guardian angels as well too. Because I don't just want you to think that they're just like these bodiless entities who feel no pain and feel no sympathy and are just, you know, I think sometimes we imagine earth angels as just, you know, kind of floating by while we suffer and protecting us sometimes, but no. They're battered and bruised too. They have to fight just like you. They're fighting beside you always. Yeah. It's like whatever burdens you're carrying, just know they're carrying just as many, but they're never going to give up on you. And they're never going to give up on this because your guardian angels know what's on the other side. They know the future. They know what's coming. And so they're not going to give up because they know they're going to be successful. I think for some of us, we don't know the future, and so that's the fear there. Hanged Man in reverse, please. Thank you. Yeah. It's like some of you are like ready to go. You're like, why is this taking so long? So if this reading is resonating for you and you've gone through some tough times, you might want to check out piles 1 and 2. I might put a little trigger warning on this one just because it's a little bit heavier. It's nothing too crazy. But I feel like this is sort of the tail end of the first 2 energies that we were picking up on. I'm almost getting that this is like a complete story, like 3 acts for some earth angels. And so this is kind of the energy and when you're like, okay, I've suffered. I've been through it. I know I had some bad karma. I'm going to take it head on. We're going to do this. But I'm going to do this with a good energy. I'm not going to come into this, with any sort of dark or super fiery energies. I'm going to come in as a leader. I'm going to come in as somebody with self-control here. But things are like have slowed down or slowing down a little bit. Things have become a little imbalanced. And it's like there's this energy of like, I'm ready to go. It's almost like this is the earth angel who suffered so much that they have nothing to lose in terms of fighting for what they want. This Ace of Wands, it is giving me a fiery, passionate new beginning, but this is also like, like a big club. Like I can just imagine an earth angel with a big club, like, okay, fine, let's go. Whatever we need to do. Whatever I need to do, whatever my job is, whatever my role is, let's go. And there's this really strong energy here. And it's like you want to come out of this, but it's not moving right now. But it's going to soon. And it's like, if you look at this, look how ascended this energy is here. The 8 of Pentacles and the Emperor. It's like you're finally at that place. That's why you're in this energy. It took you a while to get to this point. It took a lot of solitude, a lot of self-reflection. But you are ready. But they're not going to throw you in quite yet. It's sort of like you're like a Navy SEAL and you've just graduated. Does that make sense? But if they throw you in right away, who knows what's going to happen? I think this is your guardian angels reassuring you that you are going to get to grab your club and start swinging. So don't worry about that, whatever that means for you. But they need to prepare a couple more things, a couple more infrastructure pieces behind the scenes. So that when you go out there, if you take a hit, you'll have a soft landing. Does that make sense here? I'm seeing an angel who's totally like, this is avenging angel energy here, 1000%. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, if you're listening to this and this is resonating for you, you are an avenging angel. And there are many out there. Yeah. Thank you. Wow. So that's exactly it. So I think the advice for you, take a little bit more time to rest at this time just because you are working so hard. But just know that this is the truth, and they're just trying to build up a little bit more infrastructure around you. This might even be them. You might be one of the earth angels who's ascended faster than others. And so they just want to make sure that, they don't want this to be like a one man, one woman army situation. Does that make sense? So I think the advice here is to stay in this energy, get a little bit more rest, and continue to work on tempering. If there's any anger, if there's any rage, any resentment or anything like that, continue to work on that, continue to balance that out. Because your guardian angels are working behind the scenes so that when you're ready to go, when you're ready to start swinging, there's going to be so many angels by your side. I think that some of you just became so ascended so quickly and just figured it out like immediately that you're like, okay, I've suffered, I've paid off my bad karma, I've ascended, I'm working hard, I'm ready to go. And they're like, well, yeah, but like you're like the first one. It's almost like you finished your exam first. Like you maybe passed the bar or something, or passed like the MCAT, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to be a doctor. And they're like, well, wait. Yeah, we're sorry, pile 3. You're there, you're ready. But we got to make sure everybody's there to support you. Wow, anything else? Okay, this is nice. This is nice. Wow, yes. Yes. So for some of you, they need to change the world a little bit more for you. They need to make sure. Wow. They need to make sure that when you start swinging, everybody's educated enough to be on your side. Some of you might be, trying to do things that are very unprecedented at this time. Might be doing some firsts in history, trying to change society in a positive direction that isn't the norm or common. They want to make sure that when you start swinging, people aren't swinging back at you, that people are standing beside you, or if they're standing on the sidelines, they're applauding you. And because you are on the right side of this battle of the divine's work, if there's anybody who refuses to open up their heart, or refuses to do right, or refuses to be good, the universe needs to crack them first. Because for some of you, what you're trying to do, there's still a little bit too much opposition, and it's not because what you're trying to do is wrong. It's because what you're trying to do is right. And we all know on this planet that when somebody tries to do the right thing, they get a lot of pushback, and that in and of itself is the problem. And we're at that point now where this big cycle of what we call human history is closing. And that if people can't get on message, if people can't embrace the light, your angels want to swing on them before you even have to. Let's get some to close out. All right, this is nice. So I'm probably going to put something at the beginning of the reading as well too, because this is, now that I've done all three piles, this feels like a continuation. This feels like a storyline. Pile 1 was the beginning of someone's journey. Pile 2 is sort of the middling point, and pile 3 might be where around they're at right now, or where they're going to be approaching. This is the energy that I feel pile 1 and 2 are going to be coming into, if they're not there already. Anything else? Yeah, and the devil, what's interesting is the devil has not popped out once. I just saw that card shuffling, and I've done 3 piles already. So you are so protected at this time. And I think he just wanted to make his presence known because you've already defeated him. You've already overcome his influence in your life. And I think that's why there's been so much pushback against you. The higher level you are, for some of you, you're like a general. This is like an earth angel general. And those are always the ones that, the dark side wants to take out first, but they can't. And so and look at this energy here too. You have that 8 of Pentacles with the Emperor and the Ace of Wands of Judgment. It's like you are so clear and you're so focused. Ace of Swords, you know exactly where you're going. You know exactly who you are. If anyone or anything is opposing that, you know exactly what you need to do to push past that. And that's why they're throwing so many things at you. So just know that this balance will be restored. Try to have an open and a kind heart wherever you can. And just know that very soon they're going to let you start swinging. And I don't know, and there's a lot of people who are very afraid of that. There might be a lot of people sending you some blockage energy just to try to stop you, but I feel like that's what's juicing you up. That's what's giving you this motivation here. And your angels want you to know that they're 1000% on your side. Your angels are pissed. I'm going to be completely honest. The divine, God, the angels right now are enraged. They are, because of all the horrible things happening, and that so many people are refusing to learn their lessons and refusing to treat earth angels with kindness and respect. And so expect to see some really, really crazy things happening to some really dark people, and some really, really crazy blessings being bestowed upon earth angels. For some of you, the divine just wants a little bit more time to bless you a couple times more, so you're in a slightly more comfortable position before you start swinging. They want to bring a couple more people on your team, a couple more people on your side. But for a lot of these people against you, they are not going to be convinced until they see some brutal acts of God. These are people who don't believe in God. These are people who will say, prove yourself to me. Okay. Angels don't like to hurt people. Angels don't like to, attack people. But if they want proof, the divine is going to give them proof. And then when the dust settles, when the wreckage is cleared, you'll be allowed to walk in. And whatever that means for you, they're going to let you start swinging. Beautiful. We'll finish it on that. Karmic wheel here. Wheel of Fortune. A whole new cycle. So if this is you and you just feel fired up and you're like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to change things. I'm ready to do God's work. I'm ready to be that warrior. You're going to get that opportunity and you're not going to be alone. And the divine will be showing anyone and everyone who's been trying to stop you. Trying to hurt you was the worst mistake they ever made. So that's what I have for you, pile 3. I will also put a reminder for piles 1 and 2 that they should definitely check out pile 3, because this kind of feels like the culmination of that, the beautiful growth of that. So just hang on a little bit longer, get a little bit more rest, and look forward to being able to show that angels aren't just about sunshine and roses, but we're also here to win. So that's what I have for you, pile 3. Thank you so much for sticking by with me on this reading. This was a little bit heavier, but I'm so happy if this was able to provide some clarity or some assistance at this time. All right, thank you so much. I will talk to you all later. Please take care. Please take some time to rest, and just be so cordial and kind with yourself at this time. Just be really, really loving to yourself, because you deserve it. Super tough times for everyone, but I promise you're going to be so happy that you stuck with this. All right, that's what I have for you, pile 3. Thank you so much, and God bless.